Hi friends, today we're looking at the best weapon combos in Apex Legends Season 12 as voted for by you in a poll I put out on YouTube. This video should help you know what the best weapon combos are in Season 12 to help you win more games. Let's start with the 5th placed combo. Well actually, this one wasn't officially in my list, but it was mentioned so much in the comments that I had to put it in 5th place. And this is the triple take and car. The triple take is still very strong this season. It's just so good at range. It's got a fast fire rate compared to many other snipers, but unlike other snipers you can also use it effectively up close because it kind of acts as a shotgun. And if you think about the maps this season, particularly Olympus for ranked, they've got lots of open areas, so a weapon like the triple take can be used really effectively in these larger open areas. And when you combine that with something that's really powerful up close like the car, you've got a very strong combo that can work really well across the maps in rotation this season. The 4th placed combo is the R301 and the R99, also known as the R400. Now this one isn't a very new combo, it's a classic, but I'll say this, you will see the R301 a few times on this list, because it's so strong this season. It's not so much that the R301 is any better than it was in previous seasons. I mean, to be completely honest, they haven't made any changes for the R301 for a long time. In fact, the last time they made a change was almost a year ago when they reduced the headshot multiplier from 2 times to 1.75 times. However, what makes the R301 so effective this season is actually the meta. While the weapon itself hasn't changed, the current weapon meta has changed, along with the maps and the way games are played, and this means the R301 fits perfectly into the current style of gameplay. And I think one reason this is the case is because the R301 is perhaps the most balanced weapon in Apex Legends at the moment. It's got the perfect combination of fire rate, damage, accuracy, recoil, and all of the things you need to be able to use a weapon effectively. And then when you compare this to its younger brother, the R99, which has the fastest fire rate in the game, you've got a really effective combo that works well for the maps in rotation this season. Moving on to the 3rd place combo, we have the Wingman and the R99, another classic combo that still works well, and you can see that with 12% of the votes, people are still using this combo. That's 4% more people than the R400 combo, which I just talked about. The Wingman is definitely strong this season. Like the R301, it's a weapon that hasn't really seen a change in a while. It's just that the meta at the moment suits this weapon. Again, with the openness of Olympus and the other maps, having a versatile weapon like the Wingman, which can do well at range but also up close, is why I think the Wingman's so strong this season. Of course, there is a really high skill ceiling with the Wingman, and it does take a lot of practice and skill to master and use effectively. But don't forget, the reason the Wingman is such a strong weapon is because the amount of damage it does versus it being a handgun giving you full maneuverability is why it's so effective. Of course, the slower fire rate can be a bit of an issue, and as I mentioned, the importance of accuracy can mean it's not the best weapon for everyone. But when you think about the slower fire rate but high damage of the Wingman, along with the R99 which has the fastest fire rate in the game, the two together complement each other really well. And a secret little tip if you're not that good with the Wingman is to try and use it like a shotgun. I often keep the Wingman as my second weapon that I switch to, and I kind of think of it like a shotgun, as in a kind of weapon I would use to try and finish off an enemy once I've done some initial damage with my primary weapon. So that might help you if you're not super strong with the Wingman. The 2nd place combo is the R301 and the car with 21% of the votes. I talked a lot about the merits of the R301 earlier in this video, but I forgot to say if you put a 3x scope on it, you've got a really strong weapon that works at all ranges. And I think the R301 with a 3x scope is the meta this season. And when you take the R301 and combine it with the powerful car, which has a higher damage per bullet than the R99, as well as the 2nd fastest fire rate in the game, you've got a really powerful combo with a fast fire rate that works well at all ranges. And if we move on to the final combo that we're going to talk about today, and the one that got the most votes in the poll I put out, we've got the R301 and the PK. It got a staggering 50% of your votes. And I can understand why. This is such a strong combo this season. You could technically sort the PK for a Mastiff in this combo I guess, and it would give you a similar kind of effect, but I think the reason the PK makes it is because you can beam someone with the R301 and the PK just gives you that one tap ability where you can just one tap an enemy to finish them off with the PK. Now I know there are lots of occasions where it can be temperamental and you can get those times where you just hit 9 damage and they're super annoying, but with a bit of practice and accuracy, the Peacekeeper can really be effective, especially especially with the R301 as your lead weapon. And that's why I think this combo is the most popular this season. Again, if we think about the maps, there are a lot of times where you have encounters where you need something that can just one-tap an enemy really quickly, and the Peacekeeper gives you that ability. So there you have it, those are your top 5 weapon combos for Apex Legends Season 12 based on your votes. You will notice a bit of a pattern here. You see each combo has something that works well at range and something that works well up close. And you'll often find through the course of your game you will have a mixture of up close fights and fights at range, just due to the open nature of Olympus, Storm Point and even King's Canyon. Those up close fights tend to be when you first land and towards the end of the game, and you've got that bit in the middle where you tend to have those more longer range fights as you're moving between points of interest. And that's why I think all of these combos are really effective this season, and I can understand why you voted for them in this order. Of course, you can't always be certain which weapons you'll find in the course of a game, but if you can come across these combos, I really think they can help you win more games in Season 12. I hope this helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.